know what you've been waiting for, but I came to tell you today, it's time to make it happen. You've been sitting on the edge of your breakthrough, waiting for the right time, waiting for the right people, waiting for everything to be perfect. But let me tell you something, the perfect time doesn't exist. The perfect time is now. The perfect person is you. And the perfect moment is the one you decide to step into. Everything changes the moment you make a real decision. Not a half-hearted wish, not a maybe, not an I'll try, but a real decision. A decision that says, no matter what it takes, I'm going to do this. Because the truth is, until you decide, life will keep pushing you around. Circumstances will dictate your direction. Emotions will drive your actions, and time will slip through your fingers while you wait for something to happen instead of making it happen. A decision is not just words coming out of your mouth, it's a shift in your spirit. It's when your heart, your mind, and your will align and say, I'm done living beneath my potential. You don't need a sign. You don't need someone to confirm it. You don't need permission. The power is already in you, but it will stay locked up until you decide to use it. Some people sit in the same place year after year because they never fully decide. They think about it, they talk about it, they wish for it. But wishing is not deciding. Wishing keeps you in the realm of someday. Deciding moves you into action. The difference between people who succeed and people who don't is not talent, not luck, not resources, it's decision. When you truly decide, you burn the bridges behind you. You don't give yourself a way out. You don't leave room for excuses. It means that quitting is no longer an option. Backing down is no longer a consideration. And failure is just a lesson on the way to success. But some people never reach their destiny because they keep giving themselves an exit. They keep saying, I'll try for a little while and see what happens. No! When you make a real decision, you don't see what happens, you make it happen. If you're waiting for it to feel right before you decide, you'll never move. Because decision isn't about feelings, it's about commitment. Your feelings will change, but your decision has to be stronger than your emotions. Some days you'll feel motivated and some days you won't. Some days it will be easy and some days it will feel impossible. But when you've made up your mind, you push through anyway. Look at your life right now, and where you are is the sum total of the decisions you've made up to this point. If you don't like what you see, decide differently. Decide to stop playing small. Decide to stop waiting. Decide to stop making excuses. Decide to move forward even if you don't have all the answers yet. Decide that fear will no longer control you. Decide that you are worthy of the life you dream about. Because the moment you truly decide, things start shifting, resources start aligning, strength you didn't know you had starts rising. Doors that looked closed suddenly swing open, not because life got easier, but because you finally stood up and said, I refuse to stay where I am. I am moving forward and nothing will stop me. Faith alone is not enough. It's not just what you believe, it's what you do with what you believe. Because faith without movement is nothing more than a wish. You can pray all day, you can declare all night, but if you never get up and move, nothing changes. Faith in action is the difference between those who talk about what they want and those who step into what they were called to do. You don't need more confirmation. You don't need another sign. You don't need everything to make sense before you move. Too many people are waiting for all the pieces to come together before they take the first step. But real faith doesn't wait for clarity. It moves in obedience. It steps forward even when the path isn't clear. It speaks life even when circumstances look dead. It keeps building even when the results aren't showing yet. Some people sit still waiting for faith to bring something to them. But faith doesn't deliver, it responds. It responds to movement. It responds to persistence. It responds to expectation. If you don't act on what you believe, then you don't really believe it. If you say you have faith that things will change, then why are you still standing in the same place? If you say you believe in your dream, why are you waiting for permission to chase it? Faith in action means moving before you see the evidence. It means planting the seed before you see the harvest. Too many people kill their destiny because they hesitate when they should move. They let fear hold them back. They let doubt talk them out of it. They keep waiting to feel ready, but faith doesn't wait for comfort. Faith stretches you. Faith requires you to walk into places where you don't have all the answers yet. It forces you to trust that what's inside of you is enough, even when the odds say otherwise. Think about the walls of Jericho. They didn't fall because the people wished them away. They didn't fall because they sat and prayed in silence. No, those walls came down because they marched. They took steps in faith even when it didn't make sense. And that's the key. It won't always make sense. It won't always feel logical. But if you move in faith, you will see the impossible become possible. What are you waiting for? The life you want, the breakthrough you've been praying for, the dream that won't let you go, it's all waiting on you to move. Not next week, not next year, now. Faith is not just about believing that it will happen, it's about moving like it already has, walking like it's already done, speaking like the victory is already won. Because when you move in faith, heaven moves with you. The moment you stop waiting and start walking, things will begin to shift. Doors will open, opportunities will align, and what seemed impossible will become your reality. Obstacles are a part of the journey, but they don't have to be the end of the story. Life will test you, challenge you, and sometimes try to break you, but there's a strength inside you that's greater than anything you'll face. What you do with the obstacles that come your way determines whether they become stumbling blocks or stepping stones. You weren't made to be defeated. You were made to overcome. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity in disguise. We often look at setbacks as failures, but the truth is, obstacles shape us. They forge strength in our character, patience in our hearts, and wisdom in our minds. The challenges that you are up against right now are not there to crush you. They are there to refine you. The pressure you're feeling is the refining fire that is preparing you for something greater than you could have imagined. Too many people stop in the face of opposition. They let fear take the wheel and they begin to shrink back. But the moment you let fear drive your decisions is the moment you allow your obstacles to have power over you. Fear will tell you that it's too hard, too big, too impossible. But you have to remember that the same power that raised you from nothing is the power that will carry you through every storm. The problem isn't the obstacle, it's your perspective on it. The first thing you need to understand is that obstacles are inevitable. Life will test you. Your faith will be tested. Your patience will be tested. Your resilience will be tested. But none of that means you're not on the right path. You see, if you're not facing resistance, maybe you're not pushing toward your potential. Maybe you're playing too safe. Obstacles mean you're moving towards something. And the bigger the dream, when you encounter an obstacle, it's easy to want to quit. It's easy to think, I can't do this, it's too much. But you've already been equipped with everything you need to succeed. Every battle you fought has prepared you for this one. Every setback has built the strength and resolve that you need to keep going. The key to overcoming obstacles is endurance. It's the ability to keep moving forward even when it's tough. When everything within you says, give up, that's when you need to push harder. Strength isn't built in the easy moments. It's built when you don't feel like going on, but you do anyway. It's when you want to throw in the towel, but you find the courage to keep fighting. Remember, every obstacle you overcome makes you stronger. It prepares you for the next one, and each victory builds your faith and confidence. When you look back on the obstacles you've overcome in the past, you'll realize that you're much more capable than you once thought. Those struggles that seemed insurmountable now look like small hills in comparison to the mountain you're climbing. So don't be afraid of the obstacles. Welcome them. Use them as stepping stones. They will not define you. You will define how they affect you. Keep pressing, keep pushing, and know that with every step you take, you're one step closer to the breakthrough that has been waiting for you all along. Vision is the compass that guides your life. It is the unseen force that pulls you toward your future, directing your steps even when the path seems unclear. Without vision, you drift. You may go through the motions, but you'll never reach the destination you were meant to. Vision is not just a goal. It's a picture of your future painted in your mind and carried in your heart. When you can see it, you can believe it. And when you believe it, you begin to move toward it. The problem many people face is that they have no clear vision of where they are going. They have no sense of purpose, no direction. They're simply existing, waiting for something to happen, but not realizing that they hold the power to make it happen. Vision is what separates those who live on purpose from those who live by accident. If you don't know where you're going, you won't get there. But once you can see where you're going, everything changes. Your decisions change, your actions change, your mindset changes. Too often we allow our circumstances to dictate our vision. We let the challenges, the limitations, and the setbacks blur the picture of what could be. But vision is not about what you see right now, it's about what you know is possible. Your present reality does not define your future potential. The only limits you have are the ones you place on yourself. If you allow your circumstances to shape your vision, then your dreams will always be smaller than what you are capable of achieving. Vision requires clarity. It requires you to see beyond the immediate obstacles and distractions. It's the ability to look past where you are now and see what could be, what should be, and when you see it clearly, you will begin to take the necessary steps to bring it into existence. A person with vision moves differently. They don't get easily discouraged by setbacks because they know their destination. They keep pressing forward because they can see the prize on the other side of the struggle. Without vision, it's easy to get lost in the noise. You begin to follow the crowd, listen to the opinions of others, and settle for what's comfortable. But vision pushes you to be different. It tells you that your life is meant to be more than what's in front of you. It pulls you out of the ordinary and into the extraordinary. It inspires you to take risks, to step out in faith, and to pursue your purpose with everything you've got. Having a vision also means having a sense of responsibility. Once you know where you're going, you can no longer stay complacent. You can no longer waste time. Every day matters. Every decision counts. Your vision demands that you show up, that you stay focused, and that you give your best. Because every step you take is a step closer to turning that vision into reality. When you have vision, you can endure the challenges because you know they're temporary. You can face the difficulties with resilience because you know they won't stop you. Vision makes the impossible seem possible. It ignites passion in your heart and drives you to push through any wall that stands in your way. It's not just about seeing the future, it's about believing in it so strongly that you make it happen. The environment you choose to place yourself in has a profound impact on who you become. It can either nurture your growth or hinder your progress. Too many people underestimate the power of their surroundings, thinking they can succeed regardless of the people and circumstances around them. But the truth is, the right environment is essential for your growth, your mindset, and your success. If you want to go to the next level, you must surround yourself with people and circumstances that align with your vision. You cannot continue to hang around negativity and expect to have a positive mindset. You cannot stay in a place that discourages your dreams and expect to walk in the fullness of your purpose. The people you associate with, the places you spend your time, and the things you allow into your mind will shape the way you think and act. If you want to grow, you need to place yourself in an environment that challenges you to rise higher. Look at the people around you. Are they pushing you forward or holding you back? Are they inspiring you to be better, or are they content with mediocrity? The wrong environment will make you believe that what's average is acceptable. It will make you think that striving for excellence is unrealistic. But the right environment will ignite a fire inside of you that pushes you to strive for greatness, even when the path is difficult. You don't have to look far to find the people who can elevate your life. They are the ones who challenge your thinking, who refuse to let you settle for anything less than your best, who see your potential before you see it yourself. They hold you accountable and push you to grow in ways you never thought possible. They won't just be satisfied with you staying in your comfort zone. But it's not just about the people you spend time with. The physical environment you live in matters too. The space you occupy should reflect the vision you have for your life. If you're living in clutter and chaos, it's difficult to think clearly and focus on your goals. Your environment should inspire you to work, to create, to achieve. It should be a place where you can think deeply, dream big, and take action. Sometimes you need to change your environment to change your life. If you're in a place where the energy is low, where negativity is high, and where your dreams are being stifled, it's time to make a shift. That shift might mean finding a new group of people to spend time with, or moving to a new space that inspires you. It might mean stepping away from environments that drain you and seeking out places that fuel your passion and purpose. The right environment doesn't just happen by accident. It's something you must intentionally create and choose. It's about being proactive in aligning your surroundings with your vision. You cannot afford to be passive about your environment because without the right surroundings, your vision can be suffocated. You need people who believe in you, places that fuel your creativity, and experiences that challenge you to grow. Never underestimate the power of your environment. It is the soil in which your dreams are planted. If you want to see them grow, you must plant them in a place that nurtures them, that encourages them to take root and flourish. If you want to succeed, you must choose your environment carefully because it will either make you or break you. Struggles are a natural part of the human experience, but they don't define you unless you let them. It's not the struggles themselves that determine the outcome of your life, but how you endure them. Endurance is the key to surviving and thriving through difficulty. The process may be painful, but the promise on the other side is worth every moment of hardship you face. In life, we are often taught to avoid discomfort, to seek ease and convenience. But the truth is, growth happens in the struggle. Strength is built when you endure. It's the pressure of the struggle that reveals the true strength you didn't even know you had. When everything within you says quit, endurance says keep going. It's the ability to keep moving forward when you don't feel like it, when everything around you seems to be falling apart, when the odds are stacked against you. The first thing to understand about endurance is that it is not passive. It's not about simply tolerating difficulty. It's about standing firm in the midst of it. Endurance requires an active decision to keep pushing, to not be swayed by setbacks, to rise again every time you fall. People who endure aren't immune to pain or adversity. They just don't allow those things to break them. They see challenges as opportunities to grow, to learn, and to become stronger. When you're going through the fire, it's easy to want to give up. It's easy to let your emotions take over and let the fear of failure define you. But endurance isn't about ignoring your feelings or pretending that the struggle isn't real. It's about acknowledging the difficulty and choosing to keep moving forward anyway. Endurance is powered by belief in the bigger picture, the understanding that what you're going through right now is temporary, but the person you're becoming through the process is permanent. We often look at successful people and assume they've never faced struggle. We see the victories, the achievements, the breakthroughs, and think that they have it easy. But behind every success story is a history of struggles, challenges, and hardships. The difference is that those who endure don't let their struggles become their story. They let them become the stepping stones to their destiny. Endurance is also about resilience. It's about bouncing back from failure, from disappointment, from rejection. It's about knowing that you may fall, but you can always rise. It's about having the strength to keep going, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. And the more you endure, the stronger you become. The more you endure, the more confident you become in your ability to face whatever comes your way. Your struggle is not in vain. There is purpose in your pain. It's shaping you, molding you, and preparing you for something greater. You might not see it now, but every trial you face is building the resilience you need to handle the next level. Don't give up when things get tough. Don't give up when you feel like you're being stretched beyond your limits. Because endurance through struggles is what leads to breakthrough. It's what leads to victory. It's what leads to the life you've always dreamed of.